Hi, everyone. My name is Erin. I'm the founder of FieldSnips. Our mission is to spark curiosity and inspire futures one encounter at a time. And today we have a FieldSnips guest, Mr. Arnold Slaughter here. He is going to talk to us about his career in information technology. So, Mr. Slaughter, what is an information technologist?
I actually work with businesses to leverage technology to assist them in making profits, assist them in efficiencies, anything that can improve a business related to technology, I deal with.
Okay, awesome. And what type of technology do you use?
I primarily, right now, I'm focused on networking technology. That's the component that connects businesses with the world and with their end users.
And how did you learn about the job of information technology? How did that even come about?
When I was young, I took a computer programming class in high school.
Oh, okay.
And so from that point on, I was attracted to computer science. And so that's kind of how I started the process. I majored in computer science. And once you major in computer science, you find out all kind of interesting jobs that are available.
I love that you learned in high school. Did you sign up for that class?
Yes, I sure did.
Okay, so you saw it and you were like, this is actually something I've heard of.
Yes, absolutely.
And how did you hear? Did you have parents who were in it, or
no, just watching the news, and I knew at that time that computers were the thing of the future, and I liked television, I liked radio, so I liked taking things apart, putting them together. So I was very technical. So
I love
that kind of drove me to the computer industry.
Okay, so the kids pay attention to your interests. Okay, watch some news, not some you can watch cartoons, but I like the idea of your surroundings and what you were used to seeing were interesting to you, and you said, "Let me take a class." So pay attention to what you're watching and what's around you. What skills do you think are important for your job?
You have to be analytical. You need to be technical. You have to like to solve hard problems. So you're presented with situations, and you kind of have to figure things out. You have to be a fast learner. If you're a good student and you like technology, you could be a successful computer science. Math is kind of a core skill set behind information technology. Everything is based on mathematics, so that's the core foundation. But as you progress on, other things come into play.
Okay, that makes sense. And those are some good pay attention in math class, okay? Like one of the things you said before, when you were paying attention to technology being a big thing when you were growing up and you could see where it would go in the future, things like AI, if that is interesting to you, if ChatGPT sparks your interest, how TikTok is made sparks your interest, those are things you can think through to say, I may be interested in information technology if these things really make me think. Okay. What do you like most about your job?
The opportunity to learn about new technologies. You mentioned AI. That's one thing that we're starting to work with, and understanding the foundation of how these technologies work. Because, for example, AI, the philosophy or the requirement behind AI is historical data.
Okay.
So in AI is building these use cases of things that happen. I'm walking to that door. I'm turning the handle. I'm looking before I step. All the things that you have to do as a human being, you have to code. And all those things have to be recorded and documented and placed into the system or the AI component for it to work. So the hard part of AI is not the technology. It's capturing all the data and all the use cases that you have to utilize to create it. One other thing I would like to mention is one thing I recently learned. They're going to use AI video. So, for example, if you want to see every movie that Eddie Murphy has ever been in, and if he's wearing a certain type of outfit, you'll be able to ask AI, and it'll come back to you.
All the videos?
All the videos. If you say, I want to see Eddie Murphy in a leather jacket, and he'll be able to show you all the scenes where he's in a leather jacket.
Is that out now?
No, it's not out now.
Okay, soon to come.
Soon to come.
Ooh, that's a little scary. What do you think one of the coolest projects or encounters you had working in information technology has been?
I worked at Delta Airlines, and I was part of the team that built Delta.com.
Oh,
So from the
like the
beginning,
website that we go
the
book our
website
flights on
that you book your flights on.
and
So
do everything
yeah,
related to
yeah.
Delta.
I was on the team that built that from the ground up.
Oh,
So
wow.
I saw the emergence of technology. Before we had Delta.com, people had to go to ticket agents, people had to go to ticket offices, and they bought everything, in person. And
Okay.
once we started with Delta Technology or Delta.com, we went from having our tickets purchased online from about 5% to 98% within 5 years. So it kind of revolutionized our business model. So instead of
Yeah.
people going to ticket offices and travel agents were a big thing. So instead of that, they were coming directly to us, which saved us a lot of money, which saved us a lot of money. And it took us into the future in terms of how we do business today.
The reason why Delta.com exists in part is because of Mr. Arnold and his team. Okay, that's cool. What advice would you give for students planning a career in your area? And let's think there's students are elementary, middle, and high school. Let's say they're middle schoolers, so they're not quite looking into college yet. They're young, they're curious. What advice would you give them?
If you have an interest in information technology, computer programming, uh, anything related to computers, learn as much as you can now.
Okay.
There's nothing stopping you from being an expert in the Azure, the cloud. There's a lot of free learning available online. So there's nothing stopping you from pursuing this career before college or pursuing this career in lieu of college. So that's the golden thing about information technology is some of the best technologists that I've worked with are young people who learned on their own.
And that's good because a lot of times when we think about careers, it's about you learn about a career based on who you know a lot of times, who you're around, maybe what your family does, what your friends do. And knowing that you don't have to rely on someone else to get started in this career is a really big point. Like you can do it after homework, you can do it after school. You don't have to belong to a club. The internet is right there. And when you mention like Azure, you mentioned the cloud, what are specific, let's say if I'm a student, I don't know what Azure is, what are 3 applications maybe I can start looking into to get to learn more?
You can go to we just mentioned Azure Cloud, and they have learning opportunities there. Juniper Networks is another company that specializes in network. They have uh, all types of training that's free there. It's a limited amount of training, but it'll be enough to get you started. And also just YouTube. There's a lot of questions you might have how things work, and you can just check YouTube in terms of people showing you different ways to do different things.
Since we're on the topic of how students can get involved, do you know of any resources that are catered to maybe middle schoolers or high schoolers outside of just Googling things on their own?
There's an organization called BDPA, Black Data Processing Association.
Okay.
They have a camp. Well, they used to. I'm not sure if they still do, but they do have a camp where you can learn IT related situations. But I would just search the web and look for summer camps geared toward IT. Geared toward coding. If you think you want to learn coding, you can start on your own. But there will be summer camps. There will be opportunities available for you if you just look and find them.
Well, that is it. We got a lot of knowledge. I got a lot of knowledge. So thank you so much, Arnold, for speaking about information technology and your career in that space. And until next time, thanks for tuning in to FieldSnip's first interview.